Very good afternoon to you. Welcome to your main newscast for today, Monday, January 23rd, 2023. My name is Joshua Van Sykeman. We get to the news in details. Guyana's two oil ships, the Liza Destiny and the Liza Unity, were pushed to reach one of their highest production levels in December last year. This occurred in the breach of the safe operating limits prescribed in the respective environmental impact assessments. The safe operating limit for the Liza Destiny is 120,000 barrels of oil per day, while it is 220,000 barrels of oil per day from the Liza Unity. This would see safe production at approximately 340,000 barrels of oil per day. It was, however, as high as 394,000 barrels of oil per day in December 2022. Latest data from the Ministry of Natural Resources show that for the Liza Destiny production, it peaked at 152,940 barrels of oil per day, while at Unity it was at 241,160. Exxon Mobil Corporation's affiliate, Esso Exploration and Production Guyana Limited, EEPGL, is expected to ramp up production at the Liza Unity by as much as 20%. The same will be obtained when its third vessel, the Prosperity, comes on stream at the Payara field later this year. Upon taking note of this accelerated pace of production, former head of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Vincent Adams, said in a previous interview that the American oil giant is not only slaughtering the safety limits, but making a mockery of the government of greed. Dr. Adams said when an environmental impact assessment is done prior to oil production operations commencing, it explains clearly what would be the safe limit of production the oil companies will be abide by. He said, too, that this number is used to generate oil spill scenarios for the government's regulatory arm to consider. When the goalpost is shifted by going beyond the safety limit, Dr. Adams said it is common sense that the EIA will be properly updated to reflect the new risk that comes with increased production numbers. In other news, Guyana meager oil lifts, a clear reason why Exxon must be renegotiated. Guyana's meager oil lifts from the crude produced in the Stabroek block has shocked stakeholders, describing the revelation as quote-unquote startling. Reminder of why the lopsided 2016 production chain agreement the country has with Exxon Mobil Consortium must be renegotiated. Senior Finance Minister Dr. Ashley Singh disclosed during his budget speech last Monday that for the period between 2022 and 2023, Guyana will receive 30 oil lifts from a total of 238 cargoes. That should be 23 billion cargoes, rather, each consisting of approximately 1 million barrels of oil offshore commodity. For the year 2022, he indicated that Guyana will accept 13 of 102 oil lifts, while for 2023, the government is expected to receive 17 lifts of profit oil, while Exxon and partners will walk away with 119. President of the National Mine Workers Union of Guyana, MNWG, Shervin Downer, has also described the situation as quote-unquote depressing and economic injustice committed against the Guyanese people. He said that based on the finance minister's information, the oil lifts that Guyana has received so far has amounted to just over $1 billion, but believes it is nothing compared to what the foreign companies have received. The union leader found the issue and said, especially in the face of numerous challenges faced by local workers in the sector. Just before we head to a short break, some sad news. Two women, ages 24 and 25, drowned on Sunday at Feather Beach on the Essequibo coast. Those who died have been identified as Akisha Tyrell and Kewati Labuchan. Reports are that the incident took place on Sunday just after 3 o'clock. Kaieteur Radio understands that the women were among the group partying in the water when there was a sudden current that started to pull them. A number of other persons managed to swim to shore while others were pulled by relatives. However, the two women quickly vanished under the water and searches for them came up empty-handed for several minutes. Their bodies were eventually found and both women were rushed to the study hospital where doctors pronounced them dead. An investigation has been launched by the police in the area and a post-mortem examinations are expected to be carried out on both bodies. This is your main newscast on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Coming up after the break, Indigenous restaurant on Seawall burnt and vandalized, and many more. Stay with us.
Right now, children are at an increased risk of sexual abuse, and the perpetrator can be nearer than you think. So stay alert and be aware. Be aware of your neighbors. Be aware of your friends. Be aware of the people you have in your home. Do not become complacent. Protect children now. You can make a report to the police or call the CPA hotline on 2270979.
A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
This is GHK Lall, inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues, immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Tacoma Indigenous Touch, a restaurant located at the Seawall just behind the National Insurance Scheme ground on Carifesta Avenue, was on Saturday found vandalized and partially burnt. The restaurant specializes in Amerindian cuisine and has been in operation at the Seawall for a number of years. It was recently closed for a short while but was scheduled to reopen for business on February 10th and had even planned a Customers Association Day for its supporters. On Saturday afternoon, the owners received a call informing them that the restaurant had been destroyed. They showed up at the scene around 19 hours 30, only to find that part of the roof and made of truly leaves were burnt. The entire place was upturned and ransacked. Labels and posters on the makeshift walls were ripped off, and the bench and tables were tossed aside. On the restaurant's official Facebook page, the owner posted, "Tacoma Indigenous Touch is sorry to inform the public that our opening date and our Custom Appreciation Day is postponed due to what happened. Some unknown person burned the roof and upturned the entire place." In other news, a 78-year-old man was on Saturday evening killed in an accident at Lenora West Coast, Demerara, while crossing the public road. The dead man was identified as Bernard Marshall of Norton Street, Georgetown. According to police, he was struck down by a car around 18 hours 45. The driver of the car was identified as a 17-year-old boy and is presently in custody assisting with investigations. Investigators learned that the car was headed east along the northern side of the road at a normal rate of speed when Marshall reportedly walked across the road from south to north, holding a beer bottle in his hand. The driver told police that it was raining and that he claimed that the man walked into his path. He alleged that he swerved left to avoid hitting him down, but the right side of his car collided with the victim. The impact flung the man onto the road and he received severe injuries. He was picked up in a conscious state, placed into a passerby's vehicle, and taken to the Lenora Cottage Hospital. Police said doctors there examined him and referred him to the West Demerara Regional Hospital, where he died while receiving medical treatment. Investigations are ongoing. In other news, days after American oil giant ExxonMobil came under the spotlight for ignoring its climate science predictions, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres last Wednesday condemned the energy giant, saying that there should be some in big oil continue to peddle the big lie. Guterres was at the time given a special address at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. Last week, academics from Harvard and the University in Germany published a study in the journal Science with evidence that Exxon's scientists in the 1970s accurately predicted global heating. The oil giant has since denied the accusations. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. We tell you now that a suspect currently before the court on a drug trafficking related charge was forced to leave his unlicensed firearm behind on Sunday while running away from police at Henrietta, Essequibo Coast Region 2. Police identified the man as Dwarka, called Snakey. Patrol ranks in duty in the area had spotted Dwarka around 2 hours 30, sporting the weapon on his pants waist in the vicinity of a hotel. One of the ranks called out to him, and when he saw who it was, he sprinted away into the hotel's parking lot. 2 policemen chased behind him, and as they got closer, Dwarka slipped and fell into the mud. Police stated that while he was trying to get up, the firearm fell from his hand. One of the ranks headed for the weapon, while the other tried to grab Dwarka, but he jumped into a nearby trench and evaded. They took possession of the weapon, and 3 bullets were in the magazine. The illegal gun has been lodged, and police are hunting for Dwarka. We tell you now that Caribbean people deserve better jobs, safer streets, quality healthcare. This is according to the new president of the Inter-American Development Bank, Ethan Golfan. He said that he sees Latin America and the Caribbean as contributing to help solve some of the biggest global challenges, including food insecurity and the need for clean energy. During his inaugural address last week, he said, producing more clean energy would not only benefit the region, but help the world meet the Paris climate goals. He said the bank's Amazon initiative will help the world protect biodiversity and address global warming. He also said when we help countries lower trade and transportation costs, and he noted that they reduce prices of food and alleviate food insecurity in the region and globally. During his address, he laid out his vision and priorities to make the IDB the most trusted and important development partner for the Latin America and the Caribbean. And we will return after these messages with your page 7 of the Kaieteur News. Today's blunt is titled Slumberjay Wants a Say. Now, Slumberjay is seeking a stay on the court ruling. Guyanese lives don't matter, only making money. If it means storing radioactive materials in Houston, so let it be. The EPA said, no trouble, don't worry about an EIA. A Ghana judge ruled not. So fast, not this way. Now Slumberjay wants a stay. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast for today, Monday, January 23rd, 2023. For these stories and much more, pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News at the newsstand near you for just $100 Ghana Monday to Saturday, and Sundays for just $150 Ghana. Or head across our website at www.kaieteurnewsonline.com. Follow Kaieteur Radio on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Kaieteur Radio. Have a great day.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.